Okay, now let's review the parallel task configuration that allows for multiple departments to participate in the plan review process. As mentioned in the previous video, the task name for each of the parallel tasks in the workflow does need to match the corrections line item name or description so that we can control these tasks based on the plan's distribution trigger point within the workflow. So once the task names are in place, then we do need to set up several status values that are required to allow the connector to properly manage the information during the plan review process. So let's look at those status values. We're using a single plan result set for all of the parallel review tasks so that it is consistent and uniform for all users throughout the process. And there are 4 critical required statuses that are needed for this process, and you can see them here. Approved and resubmit will be used when the plan reviewer is done with the plan review markup in Bluebeam, and the user will come back to the Cityworks workflow and update the status of their task to either approved or resubmit based on their comments and findings during the plan review process. 2 additional statuses, no review and docs in Bluebeam, are here so that we can mark the workflow statuses accordingly when we route the documents out. So if a department is participating in the plan review, we set the status to docs in Bluebeam, and that indicates that the docs are in Bluebeam and ready to be reviewed. And if they're not participating in the plan review process for this case, then we mark the status to no review, and that allows for the department to be excluded from the plan review process for this case. Okay, now that we have reviewed the parallel review task setup, let's complete the parallel review tasks to move forward to the plan's coordination step. So as mentioned before, I've marked several departments, planning, building, and floodplain, to receive the documents and participate in the electronic plan review in Bluebeam Studio. So for the purposes of this configuration video, let's fast forward in time and assume that the plan review markups and comments have been performed within Bluebeam Studio. There is a separate training video related to using Bluebeam and performing those markups that can be reviewed for this connector. So with those markups being complete in the Bluebeam product, the end user will come back to Cityworks and status their workflow task accordingly. So for this particular case, I'm going to mark 2 departments as approved. Floodplain will approve and planning will approve. And then I'm going to mark building as revisions required. Or resubmit is the appropriate status. Okay, so once those have been properly statused, you can see that the workflow moves forward to the plans coordination step. I will cover the plans coordination step in the next training video.